Guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lew. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8Life.com. Coach Lew will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lew.
What's up, guys? Good morning. It is Monday morning. Welcome back to Breakthrough with Coach Lew. What a start to the week. Are we ready for this week? Are we ready for your holiday season? Are you always done? What do you mean, am I always done? Have you ever asked someone why they do something? And the answer is, well, that's the way I've always done it. Or that's the way my mom and dad did it. Or that's the way grandma and 10 generations did it in our family. And that's why we do it. But you know, worse yet, have you ever asked yourself, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep going into this kind of relationship? Why do I keep taking these kind of jobs? Why do I keep, going off the handle and yelling at people? Whatever the thing is that you're asking yourself, well, I've always done it that way. Wow. Is that not an eye-opener right there? If nothing else this morning, is that not an eye-opener to you? If you ask yourself a question, how come I always, and you go, well, that's the way I always do it. Why do I keep doing this? Well, that's the way I've always done it. Well, the truth of the matter is, if you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always gotten. There it is. That's the show for the whole day, guys. See you later. Have a great day. Okay, not exactly. I'm not leaving you right now. But that is such a truth that has become so apparently clear over and over and over again. If you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always gotten. Wow. Okay, let me put this into perspective. You ready for some perspective on this? Take a CD or a vinyl album. When they produce that, they either etch with a laser or cut physically into the vinyl a pattern, okay? A pattern to play the exact music that you hear each and every time. You put that CD in, you're gonna hear the same thing. If you're old enough to know when you had a CD Walkman, or worse, you had a cassette Walkman, you played the same thing over and over again. Why? Because it's a pattern. That is always going to do that because it's the same cuts and grooves and laser etching on the disc or the vinyl, right? There's nothing wrong with discs or vinyl. Sometimes it's cool to have an old vinyl album. I got a vinyl player behind me. I don't know if you can see it, but it's fun, but not for cutting edge. You wouldn't want to put me on as a record and go, okay, I'm going to listen to Lew's same record every Monday morning. Now, if it's a message that really resonates with you and gets your week going, that's great. But wouldn't you want to continue to grow and go somewhere with it? So how do you change a CD? Number one, if you don't want it to play the same, what do? You scratch it real bad with a needle or a razor blade or something so that the pattern's interrupted. But you might have to get a new CD to install because you're going to get, and that's going to be, you're going to go, I don't want that either. That's confusing, right? So, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing when, it just makes me cringe when I go to coach somebody in some health coaching and, well, my family was overweight, so it's in my bones, it's in my genes, I'm big boned, I'm this, I'm that, or worse yet, my grandma and my mom both had their gallbladder out, so it's going to happen to me. What? Okay, some genetics play a role. I get it, but I'm like, that's not one of them. Gallbladder's not a genetic disease. What it is a disease of lifestyle. I mean, anybody could have a faulty gallbladder. But the truth is 90% of it is caused by lifestyle. So if grandma and grandma before that and mom and dad and everybody had the gallbladder out, maybe it's time to stop eating, kegs of fried chicken. 3 times, 4 times a week and stuff like that, and all the omega-6s and all the fats that are not healthy. Maybe that's the real reason that 3 generations of your family has had their gallbladder out. Oh, what about heart disease? Well, yeah, my family really didn't eat real well. Good old Southern cooking. Okay, well, great. We all like some good old Southern cooking once in a while, but you can't live on it day in, day out and expect not to get some clogged arteries at some point. Okay, you see where I'm going with this? If you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always gotten. Take that to the bank. It's time for some change. And I'm going to tell you at the end today, even something better than change. But the reality is, you are in control of this. Doesn't seem like it when you're 50 pounds overweight, like I was at one point. Didn't seem like it. I come from a fat family. Well, too many John and Mary steak subs and stuff like that. It was like, you can't eat like that and be fit and healthy. Okay? You can eat like that once in a while on a little zag day or something, but you can't routinely eat like crap and expect your body to function the best. You can't sit and not move. Yeah, sit and not move and expect your body to function. You can't stop learning and expect to grow. You can't stop putting into your relationship and expect it not to deteriorate. You can't open a business and work really hard and then sit back and reap the rewards and do nothing and have it continue to grow. Now in business, yeah, you delegate and you grow it and you grow a team, but you still gotta be there. You still have to have some sort of involvement. And I love it. I've been to Business Mastery. We're all going to shift from being business operators to business owners. Get the concept. Great. However, if you're totally hands off and you're totally nothing to your business will never be a reflection of you. Okay, so I disagree with that to a point. You have still got to have a different position. Now, you shouldn't be scrubbing the toilets, when you're a multi-billion-dollar company. That your time is better suited elsewhere, and somebody else, frankly, needs that job. Okay, so that would be the smart move there, as opposed to going, oh, I'm too good for cleaning a toilet. No, if somebody spills something and you're the company owner, you don't go, let me wait here 15 minutes for, somebody to come mop this up. You go, mop it up, throw it in the garbage and carry on. Okay? I get that. But, and I get the whole concept of growth to the point where you don't have to do some of those daily tasks anymore that don't pay in the long run, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm getting a little off course here, but business is always great examples for things, because business reflects your life. How you live your life is how you do your business. How you do your business reflects upon your life. Okay, and some people say, I'm not self-employed. How you do your job is a direct relation to how you respect your life and how you operate your life. If people are sloppy at work, chances are you're going to go to their house and their house is going to be sloppy. If people are meticulous at work, they have OCD. No, seriously, if somebody's meticulous at work, chances are you go and see their home and it's meticulous. And, because some people use the excuse, well, the house gets crappy because I work so much. But if you look at the job they do, it's usually a reflection of how their home looks. And then there's the other people where you go, how do you keep such a beautiful home? How do you raise children? How do you do all this on your own? Have 3 businesses, this, that, and the other, and you seem to glide through it. Okay, well, that is the way they do things and a reflection on everything. It doesn't mean that you got to be perfect and there's not a speck of dust in your house and your company never gets disorganized or anything like that. It just means that in the overall, how do you show up? Okay, so steps to creating change. Would you like them? Would you like real change? Not just a temporary little Band-Aid or something like that? Okay. Number 1 step is to decide whatever you are going to want to change must change. You can change it, and you're willing to do what it takes. Okay, write it down. I must change this because I can change this by doing X. Okay, there are some things you can't change in life, and then you got to figure out how to work around that. And the last thing is that you are able, and you have that desire. Is it that important to you? Okay. So, number 2, attach a powerful why. Why must you change? Okay. So if you're tooling along in life and your business is going great, and somebody throws something at you, like a new government regulation that basically is going to stop your business at the end of the month if you don't install this part on all your equipment. Just let's use a simple example. So you go, okay, well, why must this change right now? Well, because I won't have a business. Well, ask yourself again, well, why is that important? Well, because this is what provides for my children and my family and everything else, and my customers would be lost without me. And okay, now you're going to step up and make that change. It might not be a comfortable change, okay? It might not be something you're going, hoorah, I'm so glad to be spending this money and retrofitting this because of this stupid government regulation, and this has worked for 20 years, and now all of a sudden so-and-so gets in office and it doesn't work anymore, and they want to change all this up. And okay, that all could be possible, but the reality is, what's your why to make it happen? What's your why to make that change happen? How about when somebody goes to the doctor and they're told you have XYZ health thing that's going to come up if you don't start eating right, get fit, get some rest, do this, this, and this, and you go, why am I going to do this? I don't know, lose a few pounds. Well, that's not motivating. Be able to hold my grandkids someday, that's motivating. Be there for your kids to graduate, that's motivating. Okay, and whatever your motivation is, but powerful why is step 2. Number 3, create a detailed plan for that change. Map it out. What exactly is going to have to happen in the next 2 weeks, 30 days, 6 months, 8 months, a year? Like a roadmap if you were driving from one side of the country to the other. I realize you have GPS now, so maybe it's a GPS. Set your GPS, but you got to have the coordinates. You got to know what you're after. You got to know how to measure along the way, how you're going there. And then number 4, take immediate action that moment. When you make the decision, take action now. Okay, you might go, all right, I'm making a decision, I'm going to get fit. But I want to finish the show before I run off to the gym. Maybe you don't belong to a gym yet. And you're like, I want to belong to this gym. Okay, well, I realize you're not going to run off the show right now and go work out. Maybe you do. Maybe that's all you needed. But when we disconnect this morning, do you go, on Monday, I'm going to go sign up for my gym membership? Meaning next Monday, because it's probably Monday you're watching this. Or if you're listening, it could be a different day. Do you go, I'm going to do it after the holidays? That's a flunk out failure because it won't happen. Or do you call and say, hey, XYZ Gym, what do I need to do? Okay, I'll be in later to sign up. Take that action now, okay, today, immediately. Because if you take the action now, you get 90% success rate that you're going to follow through. You wait till tomorrow, it goes down to like 50%. You wait a week or out, greater, 5 to 10% likelihood that you'll actually ever do it. And that sucks. See, I don't use the word sucks very often, but that sucks when because you don't take action, drop your chances of success by almost all, 90%, when you could, if you took action today and took the first step, increase your chances by 90% of actually following through. Wow, that's pretty cool, right? Okay, number 5, take note of what works and what doesn't work and adjust accordingly. Now, this does not mean you set out to lose 50 pounds and a week into it you haven't lost any weight and you go, this isn't working. Okay. It takes time to work. There is a process, that map you got to follow along, or that GPS you're setting, that massive action plan. That's important, okay? You cannot just jump ship after a week on something. Now, if you're months and months into something and you're doing a particular exercise, if you're wanting to lose weight, and that really just isn't, just really isn't contributing, Then you shift gears. Okay, I've been running. Well, how far? Half a mile, twice a week. Okay, well that's not running. In 3 months, 2 months, if that's all you're still doing and that's where you started, you're not growing. So you got to either step that up or go, you know what, I prefer to be indoors on a stepper. Great, do that, because you'll do it, you'll follow through. But I've heard it put, the difference between the successful and unsuccessful people in this world. Successful people are fast to make a decision, like taking action right away, hint, hint. They're fast to make a decision, they follow through on that decision, and they are very slow to make changes to that follow through. Okay, unsuccessful people hem and haw, take a long time to make the decision, and then when they get into it, they're very quick to go, this isn't working, let me try this, let me try this. We've all known somebody who, you going, oh, they're in the right direction, they're doing it. Oh, shit, they switched gears again. Now they're doing this. He started on the South diet, and then the Beachbody diet, and then the Atkins, and then this, and they gave each one a week, and they go, this isn't working, this isn't working. No, a week isn't enough time to evaluate something, okay? So again, successful versus unsuccessful. Successful is very quick to make a decision, very quick to take action, slow to change that course of action unless they have really evaluated that something needs to be changed. They don't puddle jump onto the next greatest fad. Unsuccessful people are very slow and hemmy and hawy about making a decision, take a long time to take action. Then they start to take action, they keep jumping around like to every different diet because, oh, this one didn't work after 2 days. I worked out once and I'm not fit. We all know these people. Do we know them intimately? Have you ever done something like this yourself? Woo-hoo, I have. I have done that. I have done that. Let me jump to this. Let me jump to that. I am very quick to make a decision to make a change, to make something, to try something. And then I am committed to sticking with it. And then if something isn't working, then you adjust. But you don't just jump ship. If you had a great idea and a great plan, maybe it just takes a little longer. You see, what people forget about is that, I want to lose 50 pounds. I'm 220 right now. I want to be 170. And, the first couple of weeks they lose 2 pounds and they go, oh, this ain't working. But, you ask the person right here who's 170 now that used to be 225 actually, is it possible? And then is it possible to maintain? Oh, yeah. Was it harder than I thought initially? I don't know. Looking back, I'd probably say, no, it wasn't that bad. It was tough. I'm sure it was hell for a while. But being on the other side of it, I go, wow, if I had shifted gears too many times during that process, doesn't mean you don't grow, doesn't mean you don't get new distinctions and do things better. But it just means you don't jump from one to the other. You don't go, well, I'm going to try CrossFit this week. No, I'm just going to do yoga. No, I'm just going to diet, and I'm not going to work out until the point where I lose X amount of pounds. It's like you can't bounce all over the place. You got to get in there and go for it, and then adjust as necessary. But usually the adjustments as necessary are small tweaks. As you learn, hey, you know what? I really get great results when I do an extra day of cardio a week or an extra day of muscle building, as opposed to what the book says or the program says. When I do this, I get a better result. Great, I'm going to track over a little bit more onto doing more of what moves the needle, what pushes you forward, rather than just go blindly following. And you don't blindly follow anybody. Don't blindly follow me. Question, implement, test, and go forward, okay? Now, number 6, speaking to me, get a mentor or a coach, okay? This is the fun part. There's lots of great coaches out there in whatever it is that you're doing, business, fitness, relationships, parenting, teaching, spirituality, whatever it is. There's great coaches, and even better is a mentor. What is a mentor? as opposed to a coach. Anybody can go out and get I'm a life coach certification. Take some classes, take some courses, or they can get a fitness certification. Doesn't mean they know how to get you fit. Means they have some basic skills, and I highly recommend education, especially specific education in your field and what you want to do. You know, I'm not a fan of general education other than it teaches you how to learn, okay? Because when you go take your first 2 years of college, you might not be really going for what your specialty is, but you need to learn how to learn. You need to learn some basics, but some of the stuff is useless. The things you take, the course you take because you gotta take it, is a waste of your time. I would rather see somebody get educated in a platform like Mastermind, where my Heels course is now on, or Udemy. Udemy accepted my course also, so you can take it there for Heels. I'd rather see you learn directly the skills you need. When somebody comes to me for a job, if they go, I've taken this, this, and this, and I have this certification, I'll take that over a bachelor's degree any day. Doesn't mean a bachelor's degree is bad, but if you got a bachelor's degree in criminal sciences and so forth, criminal justice, and you're coming to work for me in the health and wellness field, or if you're coming to work in the auction field, that degree doesn't mean a whole lot. It does mean you know how to learn, and you might be a quick learner, and you might be exceptionally intelligent. I'm not saying that education's not good, but it doesn't mean to me what it would mean if you were going to work for a police department or something with a criminal justice degree. You see what I'm talking about? Now, if you come to me and you say, I've taken this course and all these courses, and I'm certified in nutrition, I'm certified in this, and I have done XYZ and worked with these people, and these are the results I've gotten, etc., that's where the mentor comes in, okay? If you want to lose 50 pounds, I'm probably a really great mentor for you. You know why? Because I've walked it, okay? Now, the guy who's a trainer that's never been overweight, never had some health challenges, still might be an amazing trainer. He might be better at training some athletic guys that have never been overweight and have always been into athletics, as opposed to, you know, because he doesn't understand the struggles. Now, same thing with, you know, I never played football. I could coach, a person that wants to do football, and I know the basic exercises and that, but would I be a good mentor for that person? Not as much as a football player who is now a trainer that focuses on training football players. Do you get where I'm coming from? So that's the difference between a coach and a mentor. Anybody can be a coach in a certain area. And doesn't mean that just because you didn't do it yourself, hey, if you want to be a weight loss coach, doesn't mean you got to get fat and then lose the weight just to be a good weight loss coach. Doesn't mean they're not good. But when you have somebody that's walked that path ahead of you that you're walking right now, that's a mentor. That usually is a level up. Same thing with business. If you're looking to start a small business or small to medium-sized business, and you go, hey, I want to mentor with you, coach, that's probably a really good idea, because I've been in business for myself since I've been 18 years old in one capacity or another. So if you come to me and say, I'm looking to go up the corporate ladder and maneuver corporate and ultimately become the president of this big corporation like IBM or something, I may not be the best mentor. I have some coaching tools that can help you, but you might want to get mentored by the current president of IBM if you want to be the president of IBM or similar. Do you see what I'm saying here? The whole point is just to get that clear. Coaches can be good at what they do. Mentors are good coaches that have had the experience themselves that you're looking to walk through. Makes sense, not a commercial for anything, but when you're looking for that leadership, think of that. And number 7, create a winning recipe pattern, okay? When you do something and it works, there's a pattern, there's a recipe. Create something that you can go next time. These are the steps it takes to do X. If you lost 25 pounds, you did certain steps. You can do those steps in other areas of life. Well, first thing is I decided. Remember, number 1 was decide. Must, can, and will change. Number 2, putting a powerful why. Can you see where this wouldn't only apply to weight loss? Could apply to relationships. Create a detailed plan. What are you going to do? Well, we're going to have date night on Friday night to rekindle our relationship. Ah, what a concept. Well, our date night can't be Friday night because it's our auction night. Maybe Saturday night for us. Take immediate action. You don't go, well, next year we're going to start having date night on X night to try to rekindle our relationship. You don't even tell your wife or your husband, depending on who you are listening to this. You don't tell them, this is what we're going to do. You just plan something. Wow, what a concept. Take note of what works and adjust accordingly. Remember the successful versus unsuccessful. Get a mentor or coach or a combination thereof, and keep using that recipe over and over again. Oh, you want me to start over? Because that's what I did. I just reviewed for you. But that's the thing. Once you have that recipe, you just do it again. Okay? Last thing I want to explain to you today is change versus transformation. Change will happen automatically. Okay? If you don't go forward, you're going to go backwards. All right? Transformation is calculating what you're doing in a calculated fashion and making the change transform you. H1 tip of the day, guys. Healthy on your food labels doesn't mean healthy. FDA does not control that when it comes to labeling, nor does it control it when it comes to advertising. Read your labels, okay? You want to stay away from anything with high sugars, fructose, corn syrup, soy, all that stuff. Look at your labels, guys, because it says healthy choice doesn't make it a healthy choice. Don't forget about Life Boost coffee. I am an affiliate for them. I'm gonna put these links in wherever you're watching. Don't forget about it, because if you drink coffee, you gotta drink a clean coffee, and I have found the best of the best of the best. And let's see, where is my... Okay, we are good there, and I'm gonna hit you on this site. Boom. You can always go to the site and get those links as well. And don't forget about Heals. Heals the course, guys. Make sure you take it, because what I did for you is dropped it from $297 to $97, and you are good to go on that. Sorry, guys, I'm getting everything on here for you. Heals is going to be that thing where I'm going to mentor you for 30 days for all aspects of your health and wellness. But not making a major commercial out of today's show. I want you guys to live with faith, energy, passion. Always live your dreams. Make sure you step up. Make some decisions today. Make that change. Follow the 7 steps. You might go, hey, coach, got a problem here. I didn't write down the 7 steps. The good news is within the hour, and by the time you're probably watching this, unless you're watching it live, it'll be up on xlr8life.com. That's XLR, the number 8, life.com. It'll be on our blog so that you can get the written, you can rewatch this video, and you can watch all the other training videos I have on there for you. And if not, you can listen on Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Play, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Guys, live with faith, energy, passion. Always live your dreams. Have an amazing day. I'll see you on the next roundabout.
Ready to take it to the next level? Next level? Tune in to xlr8life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lou himself. As Coach Lou always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dreams.